Alright guys, once again we're talking bag accessories. So the last video we did a tassel. Today we're going to work on a heart to accessorize this beauty. Alright, so this bag is completed and it's lined. African print. It has a pocket on the inside and it has a lot of space, so don't be fooled by the look. Alright, has a lot of space. We have two magnetic hooks at the top and we have our handle here, and if you so choose, because we're using an o-ring, you can always change the handle. Like if you have one of the chain ones that you want to use instead, you can, or you can request a handle that matches. All right, but anyway, so we're going to work on a heart to add a little accessorization to this bag. All right, so we're going to use the cord that matches the inner petals of this flower to make our heart. All right, so here's our cord, and we're working with a 4mm crochet hook and our macrame cord. I think this is a 2 or 3mm macrame cord. All right, so we're going to start off with a magic circle or a magic ring. And a lot of persons don't like it because they say it's a difficult start, but it's really simple. So we're going to do this thing. See that? A loop. That's it. That's the cornerstone of your magic ring. So once we do that loop, we're going to keep this tail because we want that tail. And you can make the tail, give the tail a little extra length, right? So that's all you have to do is just roll over. Now this yarn that's attached to the ball of yarn, we call this the working end. So that's the tail, this is the working end. So it's gonna drop it over like that, right? So see that? So now you're looking through your circle and you're seeing that cord. You're just gonna take your needle, pull through, grab that cord, and that's it. That's your first. And then we're gonna chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and now your circle is sealed. So all you're doing now is just working over this tail. That's it. A magic ring. Really simple. All right, now we're going to work 3 treble crochet. All right, so a treble, here is our needle. We're going to wrap it 2 more times because we want 3 loops over the needle. 1, 2, 3. Thrice 3 treble. All right, then we're going to go in through the circle. See that? We're pushing the needle from the in front of us, pulling it through. All right, and then we're going to do, so when we pull it through, we end up with 4 on the needle, 4 loops on the needle. We're going to pull through 2, then we're going to yarn over again and pull through 2, and we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. We're doing it 3 times, hence treble. All right, once more. So there's 1 on the loop already. We're going to add 2 more. 1, 2. Now we have 3 loops on the needle. We're going to stick it into the circle and grab that yarn that's over there, pull it back through, and now we have 4 loops. We're going to pull through the first 2, then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 again, and now we have 2 left. We're going to yarn over and pull through the last 2. All right, so that's 2 trebles. Now we're going to do 1 more because remember we have a chain 3 plus 3 trebles. So 1 more treble. 1, 2. Now we have 3 on the needle. We're going to push it through, pull it back. Now we have 4. We're going to pull through the first 2. We're going to yarn over, pull through the next 2, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through the last 2. So now we have 3 trebles in our circle. We're going to add 3 DC or double crochet. DC, double crochet. And as you guess, double. So since we said a treble crochet or a triple crochet, depending on where you're from, and we had 3 on the loop, that would mean a double. We have 2 on the loop, right? 2 loops on the needle. So 1 more. So now we have 2 loops. We're going to go back through, we're going to pull, and now we have 3. Don't worry about that. We're going to pull through the first 2. And then we have 2 left. We're going to pull through the last 2. 2 twice, double crochet. Now we're going to do this 2 more times. Yarn over. Now we have 2 on the needle. Stick it through, pull it through. Now we have 3. We're going to pull through the first two. We're going to yarn over and pull through the last two. We're going to do this one more time. Yarn over, stick it in, pull it out. We have 3. Now 3 is a company. We have 2. 2 is a crowd. We're going to eliminate it all. Now we have our treble. So now we have our chain 3, 1, 2, 3 treble. So that would have been 4. So that's chain 3, 1, 2, 3 treble, and we have 3 DCs. Now after we have our chain 3, 3 trebles, and 3 DC, we would have had how many? 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to chain 1. That's yarn over and pull through. That's a chain 1. Now we're going to do another treble. So 1, 2. Now we have 3. We're going to stick it in, pull it out, pull through the first 2. Now we're going to pull through the next 2. And we're going to yarn over and pull through the last 2. Then we're going to chain 1 again. That's yarn over, pull through. Then we're going to do the same as on this side, starting with the bottom 2, or the bottom 3 should say. So we're going to do 3 DCs. So that's 1, stick it in, 1, 2. Remember, twice. All right, so 2 more times. Yarn over, stick it in, pull, and pull through the first 2, pull through the last 2. We're going to do this one more time. Yarn over, stick it in, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And this project can be done with any yarn: t-shirt yarn, acrylic yarn, cotton yarn, big yarn, small yarn, 4-ply yarn. It does any fiber. All right, can you be done with ribbon? All right, so we've done our 3 DCs. Now we're going to do 3 trebles, and remember, that's 3 over the needle. So we're going to pull through the first 2, 1, pull through the next 2, 2, oopsie, catch it back, there we go, and pull through the last 2, 3. 2 more times, 1, 2, 1, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So remember, right at our chain 1, we have a 3 DC, 2 treble. Now we need our 3rd treble. Yarn over, 3 loops on the needle, pull it in, pull it out once, pull it in again, pull it out twice, pull it in, pull it out again 3 times. All right, remember, we began with a chain 3, so we're going to end with a chain 3. So 1, 2, yarn over, pull through, 3. Now we're going to do a slip stitch. So a slip stitch is simple. We're not yarning over. We're just going to stick it in, pull it up. When we pull it up, we're going to pull it right through that working loop. So now it kind of ties it off. Now for most persons, they'd cut and pull through, weave it in with their darning needle. I like to do a chain 1, because then that chain 1 tightens it and keeps it from slipping. Now we're going to tighten our loop. Now one of the things, I'm going to start another one and kind of show you how you could have started it and added your keychain accessory without adding it at the end. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're going to pull this up. All right, ready? We're going to pull this up, and there's a reason why. Typically we'd have just done that, cut right there, pull it up, tighten up the inner circle, and weave our tail in and call it a day. But here's what we're going to do. So let's shape this up a little bit more. So this tail that we were working over, we're going to tighten it. If you're working with regular yarn, you can pull and it will close, because you want to close this center circle unless you like it and you want to keep it open. But I'm going to try to close mine as much as possible. Now this is a cord I could keep pulling in my hand, but I don't want to damage my hand more than how it already gets damaged from crocheting. So I'm going to grab it with my plier and I'm going to pull. Grab it some more. I'm going to pull as much as I can. Okay, I think that's as tight as I'm going to get it. There's a little hole, but that's fine. Now you're going to shape up your heart. See? There you go. Now, what am I doing with this extra? All right, so I want to add a few beads, right? I want to add a few beads that mimics this. So you can do one of two things. You can either A, leave it and work with it with the tail on, and then when you finish you cut it, or if you're confident enough, you can pull it up high enough and cut it off. All right, so we're gonna add the beads. All right, so here's the first one, and we're working over the loop, right? We're working over this loop. Here's the first bead one. Come on. And we're going to add the second bead, 2. And then we're going to add this last big one, 3. All right, we're going to pull this. And remember, we're using the tail that was the working end of the yarn. Now you could have tied it off and finished there. You could get your key ring and open this part and slide it on, but I'm going to show you a way that you do not need to do that slide on. All right, so we're working with a little bit of that tail. We need enough, and you'll see why. So this is the way. So you're going to stick that through, right? There it is. Then you're going to go and loop it over like this. When you loop it over like this, you're going to stick this piece right back through here, like so, and pull on it, right? Then you're going to slide it over the key ring like so, and boom, and then you're going to pull on this, and then here's what you're going to do. You're going to hold these two tails, and you're going to tie them nice and tight, all right? Going to pull it again. One more tie, nice and tight. Now you can end here, probably give it another tie right there, end right there, and that would be that. So that's what your key ring, right? Your key chain, your key ring, circle, whatever you want to call it. Now, what if you decide, hey, I like that, you could probably add 2 more little beads to this and tie it off, or you can weave the end and cut off the excess, or if you have one of these handy dandy little thing is, you can go and just, so I'm gonna see right there, and it cuts it, and it also seals the end, so you don't have to worry about the end, or you can touch it up a little bit, the end unraveling. So you have that option, and then you could have done that and then just tack it there. But the other thing is to use your darning needle, weave the tail in, and then cut off the excess. All right, so but what if you wanted to put on this one of these ones instead? We're going to use this one. It's the same procedure. Stick it through, right? And you could have done this at the end right there. So same procedure. Stick it through, stick this one through. All right, so now you pull this one and it's facing you, and you're going to put it right back over your thing, pull it, and it tighten. And we're going to pretend that there are beads right here. So that would be another way. That would make it so much easier. All right? All right, so we're going to work with the accessory that we really want to add, which is this nice claw heart. All right, so we're going to stick it in. Remember, we're going to stick it through the circle. Stick it through the circle. And here we are with this end hanging out in the back. We're going to stick it right through. We're going to open this hole. We're going to stick it in. Right, and we're going to pull it down, and then we're going to slide it over the top. Once you slide it over the top, you pull this one down, and you form that. Then we're going to pull, nice and tight, because we want it to be stiff. So we're going to pull it nice and tight, and then we're going to, so pull it nice and tight, so it's standing up on its own, nice and stiff. Then we're going to tie this. We're going to tie it nice and tight. So that's tied once, then we're going to tie it one more time, and then we're going to tie it twice. So there it is, right there in the middle of the heart, nice and stiff, because we don't want it to be too loose and just flimsy. So now I'm going to tie one more time, And maybe one more time because I'm not going to weave it in. I don't even know what I did with my darning needle right now. So I'm going to use this ligama-jiggamy now that I've tied it 4 times. And I'm going to just, so you didn't see that one. So let's do this one on camera. So we're going to, nice handy dandy lighter. We're going to do this number. Yeah, and it's there. Ooh, hot. So I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna warm this up and then I'm gonna press it down so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so here she is, a nice little heart accessory. And you can use these for keychains. So I guess you have your key, you can, kind of use it, put it on your bag, at least you know where it is, and stick it on the inside of your bag because you know where it is. So for example, I add my key to this, because you could add a key ring to it, and you stick it on the inside, put your bag in, at least your key is right there ready. And so it's a nice handy dandy accessory. But we're gonna add it to this side, and there she is. Nice. You can even add the key right there, right? And it swivels because it's a swivel ring. And there she is. You can take it off, add it to the flower, add it to the front, wherever. So it's just a nice little accessory you can add to any bag just to give it a little boho chic kind of look. All right, until next time, it's Yannick Designs. Walk good.